Welcome back to another episode of Jacksonville Buzz's Buzz on Health. I'm Steve Strum. This morning we have Paesol Veerakitti. Got it right?
Got it right.
Got it right. Look at the crawl, guys. You should be so proud. From Veera Medical.
Correct.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
No, we had a really cool conversation right before we kicked this guy on offset, talking a little bit about your company. So make sure I get this right. Mm-hmm. You are a virtual reality rehabilitation software company.
Correct.
Did I get that right? So headsets, not your headsets.
Right.
Your software in the headset for people to do rehab for when they get hurt and need to have some sort of therapy, but not in a hospital setting.
It is in a hospital setting.
In a hospital setting.
Yeah, we're trying to get launched into a pilot program for outside the hospital so we can do telehealth, but it's still beneath the hospital's covering.
So tell us a little bit about your company. How did you get involved in this? You're a young guy. This is your company. Talk us through how you got here and where was your inspiration to come up with this design?
Sure. So just about a little over a decade ago, my dear friend, who's like a father figure, he's an Air Force colonel, suffered from a stroke. So, and he went to Brooks to do rehabilitation. His left side, so right side of the brain, so left side of the body, so went paralyzed. Right. Yep. So he went to Brooks, and then one day his wife invited me to go visit. So I visit the gym and see the equipments, and at that time was 2018. Virtual reality was in its infancy. So I just see how he was trying, doing exercises, and I just realized that, man, using virtual reality might be a lot more fun. So I met the director at Brooks, and then I kind of present the idea. And then I was like, all right, give me 1 month, I'll come back. At the time I was living in Ohio. So I'll come back, and I'm going to work really hard on a prototype and see if you like it. So I craft a really quick demo of using virtual reality. The patient could see their hand. And so back in the day, this is days before Quest came out. Sure. Which is the completely wireless. So you still have to have a laptop and a Tether VR headset and a lead motion controller. It was just a wired jumble stuff. I showed it to him, and he basically told me that the holy grail of neuroplasticity is to be able to see your hand, even without, you're able to, doing things. And there's so many benefits that comes with using this type of neural recovery method to kind of almost trick your brain. Mm-hmm. And it goes around with neuroplasticity. So I'm probably butchering it because I'm not a medical professional. I'm just an engineer. So that's how we got the idea started, and then that's how we started a relationship with Brooks. And then 5 years later, we're now using the latest technology, incorporating artificial intelligence to automate a lot of things to take away the time that the practitioners have to put in.
So there is a lot of stuff that we can talk about there, but a couple little tidbits for folks watching here. One, Brooks Rehabilitation is a very prominent rehab center in North Florida.
Correct.
And then neuroplasticity, right? People want to try looking that one up on Google, is the ability of the brain to rewire through the synapses in order to correct, for example, a stroke where, all of a sudden this arm does no longer work, that the neuroplasticity can rewire up here so that you can do this again.
Correct.
And what you're saying is that your VR headset using AI, which we're going to come back to this AI stuff here in a second because it's a fascinating application, cuts down either the time of recovery or increases the output while in the rehab. So either way, whether it cuts time down or makes it more efficient, what you guys have developed is a way by which a facility like a Brooks can have people doing their thing, and the brain is tricked to thinking that they are walking down a road in Paris or something, and then they got to grab something, but they can see them grabbing something, and therefore that kind of connects the dots so that they recover faster. Love to talk about AI.
Yeah.
So we talk about AI. Professionally, I work in the financial services universe, and everything's talking about AI. You have designed a very practical application of AI because people ask me all the time, what's going to happen with AI? AI will not replace the human.
Correct.
But they will help us. And so things that you start seeing, we are living in new times.
Yep.
They now have a robot that can go up a window, and your house looks like a Roomba that somehow sticks to the wall and it can clean your window and tell where it's dirty.
Yeah.
It's not the Terminator,
Right.
that's going to be coming and getting you.
Right.
But how does your AI integrate with this VR business to make that more effective and efficient treatment plan?
Sure. So the way that our platform works is that the patient wears the headset, so they're enjoying their immersive game, right? But the activities is directed by the practitioner, the physical therapy or the occupational therapist with a tablet. So they adjust the values, like what they're seeing, what they're trying to reach for, what activity they're doing. So how the AI comes in, it's that they kind of take over in that part in terms of it learns. So it automates some of the things so that the practitioner can actually focus more on the patient. So what we've seen is that the reduce in like labor use or clinicians. Usually, for example, some patient that are suffering with stroke, if they want to stand and do exercise that require them to stand, you're going to need 2 or 3 people, like clinicians, to help them stand upright. And then another person will have to stay back and do all the adjustment in real time. So what AI does is eliminate at least one requirement so that practitioner can also go see other patients. So it increased the efficiency in that. So the AI will learn and basically take the control in terms of learning, optimizing, so that the practitioner or the clinician can actually focus fully on the patient.
That is fascinating. And you just think about it, and we're not talking about some Mickey Mouse stuff. You guys are in the process of FDA approval here.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting. And it's just, it's interesting on how, mother being the invention is brought to you because of necessity. And, you started this thing in 18, which is, almost 10 years ago, which is odd. And then COVID hits, and I'm sure that you saw a spike on that. And then on the backside now, it's becoming a piece. We can talk for this for hours because this is just such a fascinating thing. We'd love to, what we're going to do is we're going to put all your content and all your links and all the things so people can check you out on our website on thedailynewsnetwork.com. Thank you so much for coming in and talking about this.
Absolutely.
This is absolutely interesting how we could do that. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, thanks so much for joining us on Buzz on Health. If you like us, share us. And remember, live with gratitude.